Hello again, folks. I wanted to share today with you the final fight I recorded inside the Abyss of Legends. The recording's pretty, I don't know how to say it. It's broken, I guess. Um, my iPad was filling up on storage space at the time, so it only recorded like the last X minutes of fight inside that I was recording for Mr. Fantastic. This was something like 9 minutes, and Human Torch about the same. And then the final Human Torch fight, it only recorded like a minute of the fight before it shut down the recording. Um, Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Fantastic, not really a good option for Invisible Woman. All his damage comes from his special threes. His heavies, you can see, don't really do much. I never once took down Invisible Woman's force field in this fight, and he still managed to do 25% with just special threes. Which, in a pinch, if it's your only option, sure, it'll work. But I wouldn't really recommend it because it's going to be a ridiculously long fight, 4 times, 5 times over, depending. You can see right there, Mr. Fantastic's pre-fight ability. It didn't fall off Invisible Woman, so Human Torch was able to take advantage of that. If it wasn't for the testing with Mr. Fantastic, I probably would have just left him alone, brought in Torch, and used the remaining pre-fights off of Mr. Fantastic to boost Torch's damage and help him deal with the Science Abyssal enhancement for the 1.7 million health defenders. His pre-fight, Mr. Fantastic's pre-fight is going to it's the dot damage one. It's going to boost Human Torch's Incinerate and Nova Flame damage, while also maintaining a debuff on Invisible Woman so you don't get stunned if Power Sting expires. I don't think Human Torch necessarily needs that because he doesn't seem to have a problem keeping Incinerates or debuffs on Invisible Woman. But there may be periods where it falls off and he could have gotten stunned or something. Now, you also do not have to worry about the power stings if you're running willpower. Invisible Woman is going to place plenty of debuffs on Human Torch to keep him topped off. Also, for Human Torch, you want to build up his smolders. Invisible Woman, her special 1 and special 2 are energy damage, so if you block those, you will build up smolders and increase your temperature. However, her special 2, you don't want to block that. The way it works is if you block her special 2, she gets, I think it's 50% of her shield back. And if she hits you with her special 1, she gets 50% there, as you can see. So, yeah, you can block the special 1 just fine. The special 2, it's... No, you know what, actually... What it is her special 2, she has a 50% chance to go invisible if you block it. So, I guess it probably doesn't matter if Human Torch blocks that one. So, scratch what I was just talking about with special 2. It's fine to block it. But verify that. Like 99% sure that's how it goes. Her special 1, if it hits you, she gets 50% of a force field, and special 2, if you block it, she has a 50% chance to go invisible. Anyways, for Human Torch, it's a pretty straightforward fight. As long as he's over 10 temperature, he cannot miss, so it doesn't matter if she's invisible. As long as he maintains his temperature, which is really easy to do by blocking her special 1s and also going with a parry medium heavy strategy. Which is going to help keep your debuffs going on Invisible Woman. You can see at this point, Mr. Fantastic's pre-fight ability has disappeared. It should still be present somehow on Invisible Woman, but if you go back and look at the footage, it just like straight up disappears off the icon display without actually timing out. This happened multiple times with Mr. Fantastic in other fights, and the effects of the ability was still present. And this is pretty much it for Invisible Woman. Human Torch here without his pre-fight, and me just getting a feel for the fight, with some pretty sloppy play at the beginning, not knowing exactly my rotation that I was going to use and how to go about the fight. He took off 30% on Invisible Woman, and when I get the pre-fight going with Human Torch in the next fight, he takes off the remaining 45%. So Human Torch, possible, especially when backed up by Mr. Fantastic's pre-fight abilities. It's possible for Human Torch to do this in 2 revives, 3 lives, which is pretty decent, especially if you don't have a Nick Fury. I think it's easier than Aegon, from what I've seen. Some people using him. But yeah, that's it for Human Torch. You parry medium heavy. Use your special 3 when you can. Block your special 1s. Can block your special 2s also if you want. You can make plenty of mistakes like I just did there, where she takes me down next to nothing, and you'll see my ult bar just climbing up due to willpower and the debuff she's placing on him. I hope you can take something from this fight. Have a good day. Now, the you see Human Torch there. He started off at 75%, ended at 45%, which is 30% of her health taken, with 1 life, 140% revive. This last minute here, it's all that was recorded by my iPad of the fight, even though I tried to record the whole thing. Human Torch here with the pre-fight took her from 45% to 0, with the assist from Mr. Fantastic's pre-fight ability. It goes down to the wire here. Kind of crapping myself at this point, wanting to kill her. Launch a special, doesn't work. stuns me, gets that going, keeps hitting me, gets power stings, and Nova Flames herself, and Human Torch is able to get off a couple specials to end it, which works out. I mean, somebody else could have come in and finished it off with how little HP she had, though. I hope you took something from it. Have a good day. Toodles.